Cyberpunk 2077 just keeps getting better, as we just got another big free update adding more requested features and overhauls to the game, with one of the highlights totally being the new way to get around the city, the N card. This metro system makes use of the metro stations already in the game, which have been redesigned, as you can now see the interior. After lifting the Watson lockdown, so by completing the heist mission early in the story, you get a message with a metro card that allows you to access and travel between the 19 different metro stations in Night City. These stations will still work as regular fast travel stations if you want to quickly get to your destination, but if you'd rather take a scenic view of the city before you arrive, then you can use the metro, which is free of charge, by the way. By picking the right metro option at any station, you're presented with a map of the metro. You pick which line you want to get on, and then you ride it until you reach your desired destination and get out. But just like a real metro, if you want to get out earlier, or if you want to ride the line all the way to the end, you can do that too. And on the ride, you can enjoy the view of the city, or if you get lucky, even catch a glimpse of Johnny riding with you. Knowing Johnny, I imagine he's getting pretty bored, but lucky for him, you can skip the rest of the journey, similar to how you can skip car rides when you get in the passenger seat. But yeah, it's definitely an immersive and cool way to get around, one that can be made even more enjoyable with your new radio port. Because yes, you are now able to listen to music even outside of a vehicle thanks to V's personal radio port. You can access all radio stations in the game, change the volume to better match the gameplay, and have it on pretty much all of the time. And if you're also listening to the radio while driving, the game will seamlessly transition to your radio port when you get out, so you can continue listening to your favorite tracks. The only exceptions are when the game uses music to set the mood for a certain scene, like important story cutscenes, or when you start a wanted chase by assaulting the police. When this happens, you'll actually get a notification and hear the port turn off, but outside of that, you can play whatever music you like while doing whatever you want. So I finally get to live out my dream of shooting up gang members while blasting samurai from my headphones, and I couldn't be happier. And there are more opportunities to fully immerse yourself in Night City, a small new addition, but there are now binoculars at various points in the city that you can use to get some proper scenic views. We found one over here in Santo Domingo, close to El Capitan spot on the map, and let us know if you found more in the comments. And some of the vendors in Night City have also been improved to add to your immersion, as you can now actually sit down at several bars and have a drink. It only costs you 5 eddies, and you get some extra world building from the bartender too. So again, a nice new addition that helps you immerse yourself into Night City even more. And there is way more to go over, so if you enjoyed the video so far, be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well for more videos like this. I'm also happy to report that there are now replayable car races in the game. In case you haven't done the Beast in Me quest chain that you get from the Afterlife bartender Claire, well, you need to do that first. But after doing this quest line that sees you enter into some street races, you get a message from the race announcer Jim, which allows you to replay these races for some extra rewards. It can take a bit, for us it took 3 in-game days, so don't worry if you don't get the message immediately. But after you do, the 4 previous races are now marked with a checkered flag on the map, and by going there you can replay the race to win eddies or even additional discounts for the Auto Fixer website. Keep in mind that you need to pay 2,000 eddies to enter, which you'll more than make back if you win the race though. The first place prize is 10,000 eddies and a single use 13% discount on your next purchase from an Auto Fixer. And when you turn in your hard-earned spoils at the Auto Fixer, you'll also notice the site has been resupplied with some new vehicles, specifically 5 new motorcycles. I especially love the sleek Nazaire Racer, which really comes to life at night with the rim lighting on the wheels. But even older motorcycles have received some upgrades, as you are now able to pull off some new tricks. Motorcycle combat has been expanded to allow the use of thrown weapons while driving a bike. And the base flow of driving has also changed, as you are now able to shift your center of mass while riding a bike. You can lean forward and backward in a corner to introduce under or oversteer, or you can hang back while driving straight to go into a wheelie. You are even able to do backflips should you find a ramp to get you enough airtime. And while motorcycle fans are being served some treats this update, there is also a new car model added to the game, specifically an open roof version of the iconic Porsche 911. After getting a message from El Capitan that the vehicle is available for purchase, you can buy it via the Auto Fixer terminals for 73,000 eddies. Doing so will also start the side gig shape of a pony, which is actually required for you to get the car in your vehicle list. So do that too, and this amazing new vehicle is yours to keep. And a nice place to take these new vehicles for a ride is the new highway between Westbrook and Haywood. This road was previously under construction, which meant you could use it to easily escape cops on a chase. But with update 2.1, the highway has been opened and populated with traffic. So now you can't use it to escape cops, but you have a new quick connection between Haywood, Santo Domingo and Westbrook, Facebook, which is pretty nice. And speaking of connections, if you have a special someone who you completed a romance with, then update 2.1 gives you a lot of new options to interact with them. You should get a message from your partner that lets you pick a spot for your date, which can be any apartment you own. Selecting the location triggers a quest called I really want to stay at your house, which thanks for making me cry again, CDPR. But after recovering from that, you can snuggle, dance, kiss and shower with V's love interest. You can even repeat this activity by sending your partner a message after the first date, which they'll reply to after some in-game time has passed, so you can set up another date. Unfortunately, there is no Starfield style well rested buff for spending the night with your partner, but still, any excuse to spend more time with these characters is a good one for me. And you might want to spend some more time with the bad guys in the story too, because some of the game's boss fights have been overhauled to provide more of a challenge. CDPR were getting tired of Adam Smasher getting one-shot, so they beefed him up to make him as terrifying as he was in the Edgerunners anime, which includes a new visual effect for the Sandevistan that resembles the way it appears in the show, and I have to say I think it looks really cool. CD Projekt Red have also stated that Smasher will change his combat behavior depending on the player's chosen build, so that's going to be very interesting on repeat playthroughs. But the changes also cover two other bosses from the Phantom Liberty DLC, specifically Boris Rybakov, who you encounter during the Spy in the Jungle side gig, and Yasha Ivanov, who is part of the side gig The Man Who Killed Jason Foreman. And speaking of Phantom Liberty exclusive content, there's also a new weapon included in the update that you can get if you have access to the DLC. I think this is what CDPR meant by previously exclusive iconic weapons are now obtainable in the game. Since this Claw X Mod 2X did not seem to appear in patch 2.0, at least I wasn't able to find any mention of it from before the new update. After 2.1, however, Reddit user Paradox was able to find this new weapon on top of the Heavy Hearts Club, which is over here on the map. You want either charge jump or double jump, then make your way to the back of the building and get up on the pyramid by using this little stand as a platform. Then hop up using the sides of these triangular elements until you almost reach the top. Here you just spam jump until you can properly stand, and then you can grab the axe. And it being an X-mod weapon means it has 2 mod slots, so it's a perfect customizable thrown weapon for your cool builds. And of course, with CDPR mentioning iconic weapons plural in the patch notes, there might be even more, so let us know if you found any in the comments. And there's another source of new weapons, or at least there should be, as the patch notes also list that some weapons previously available from the Dogtown airdrops are now up for sale at the black market's vendor. But yeah, there seems to be an unlock requirement for these, as I was only able to purchase the Taigan pistol, and when Joyce visited the store she only saw the Taigan and the Alibi. Still though, I'm happy I was at least able to get one, as the Taigan is a very strong gun. It's a pistol with explosive incendiary rounds that gives you guaranteed crit damage if you hit a target that's already set on fire by the weapon. And the perk is the same on all of these weapons, so if you are able to buy one, I definitely recommend that you do. And there are more additions that make the game accessible to even more people. Alongside the addition of a dedicated tab for accessibility options, new ones including HUD rescaling have been added to improve visibility. And if you've ever been annoyed with the time limit on the hacking minigame, there's also an accessibility feature to remove that restriction, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. And a small but nice new addition, if you were playing on PC and using a PS5 controller, you'll be glad to know that the new update adds full DualSense support for PC. And there's even more we haven't discussed yet, like the reworked missions that can now include car chases, so I'll leave a link to the full patch notes in the video description. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to not miss the next one, and if you want, you can watch our previous video on some amazing items from the DLC by clicking on the screen. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.